Good morning from Vietnam, guys. Hopefully you guys having a great evening in America, and good morning to all of my friends in Europe and guys and gals in Asia. You guys are about to start a day. Wow. We're seeing that most of this week, the altcoins have exploded. We've seen Solana go up. We've seen Cardano go up. We've seen Bitcoin be really reticent, and Bitcoin is, it just went sideways for a while. Finally, we have blown past our $50,000 resistance level, so that's really good. We've also seen that Ethereum blew past 4,000 this week as well, which is really bullish news, guys. So that's really exciting news. So you guys should be really excited about that. I'm really excited about it, and we're seeing something really amazing about to happen for Dogecoin. We're seeing that Dogecoin is setting up to break out and have a huge breakout to the upside. We've seen that Doge has consolidated for a very long period of time, and to the point where some people are like, what is going on with Doge? Now, you guys have to understand that Doge often outperforms the market. It outperforms Bitcoin, outperforms Ethereum in terms of percentage gains. So if we look at where Ethereum and Bitcoin is today, and remember, Dogecoin is very much fundamentally tied to Bitcoin. So people are saying, what's going to happen to Dogecoin? Is it going to get to $1? Well, all we have to do is, if everybody is saying that Bitcoin is going to get to $100,000 to $150,000 this year, I am very bullish that we can get to $150,000. Minimum, we're going to get to $100,000. So, and remember, Dogecoin often outperforms Bitcoin. So if Dogecoin's if Bitcoin 2x's from here, that's going to put us up to $100,000, $150,000. So if Dogecoin 2x's from here, easily we can see ourselves getting to that holy grail of $1, guys. So with that being said, guys, let's just get into it. Let's jump into it right now. And remember, none of this is financial advice. This is just the OG in the house expressing his opinion. Remember, all these videos are for education purposes only. And you guys have to do your own risk management. Please do that. It's really important that you guys do that. Because I know a lot of you don't do your own risk management. You just, suddenly you see something going up and you FOMO and go, wow, I'm going to jump in. Because you think that you're gonna be able to ride the coattails of something that's going up. Yeah, sometimes it happens. You get lucky and it goes up 3 or 4 days before it comes back down. And we're seeing that with Solana. Solana went up almost parabolic, and we saw it come down. And that's pretty normal. Things don't go up forever. So, let's talk about who's buying crypto, who's buying Dogecoin, who's buying Bitcoin, who's buying crypto right now. So let's jump into that, and without further delay. So there's a survey that just recently come out, and it said 1 in 10 in the U.S. own crypto assets. So it's quite interesting. And also data has shown that the number of Bitcoin investors has tripled in the last 3 years. So, you can see that, cryptocurrency has gone from, the nerd techie guys in the basement to mainstream. So 11% of all people in the U.S. are invested in crypto. So the data collected show that 1 in 10 people in the U.S. are currently invested in crypto. From the total 11% who are currently invested in cryptocurrencies, the number of men was higher than women. Well, that's interesting. Women who invest in crypto made up 7% of the female population, and men who invested made up 16% of the population. But there's also something interesting about the age group. What age groups are investing in crypto? So 15% of people aged 18 to 34% had made up investment in cryptos. Ages 35 to 64 years old made up 11%, and while age 65 and above with the lowest is 4%. So you can see that the people that are investing in crypto is the younger generation, and we're seeing more and more wide-scale adoption of younger people in the crypto space. So I think this is a really interesting survey, and you can see that Dogecoin absolutely appeals to the younger crowd. And that's why I keep saying that Dogecoin is an intrinsically interesting coin, because Dogecoin is about community, it's about spreading love, it's about doing good every day. But also because the price right now is reasonable, it's around 30 cents. We're going to jump into TA in a minute. And because it's in the top 10 coins, if I'm a new investor, I'm going to be saying, well, I got this Dogecoin. It's in the top 10. It's not expensive. And there's a lot of hype and a lot of people talking about it. So Doge is really what I consider to be a huge gateway, a gateway crypto. And then once these young people, 18 to 34 years old category, get Doge, and then they start to understand the mechanics. They start to understand what crypto is, what it can do, and they start to experiment. And they start to broaden their horizons. And once they start broadening their horizons, then they start looking at Bitcoin, they start looking at Ethereum, and other top 10 projects like Solana, ADA, Polkadot. And then over time, they become more savvy, and then they start thinking about DEXs, dApps. Maybe they're even using Uniswap or Sushi or MetaMask or some other tool to actually exchange their crypto rather than going on exchanges. So you can see that Dogecoin is a gateway to crypto, and it's a developmental gateway because it's easy to understand, and what happens is it gets people into the crypto space, and I think it's really a good segue, and that's what's bringing more liquidity and more cash flow into the markets. So as you guys can see that we saw that market Bitcoin and Ethereum cross milestones as the rally continues. We saw this week that Bitcoin hit 50K, and we saw Ethereum approach 4,000. It almost broke 4,000, and that's really interesting. And we've not seen this happen. We saw that happen back in May and April, but we haven't seen this happen since the crash. But what really strikes me being very interesting is that the risk rally continues. So the rallies continue. Bitcoin is up 70% year to date, and it's roughly 20% rise over the S&P. So if we look at the prices of BTC right here in terms of percentage, if we look at the S&P and we look at the gold and bonds, you can see that Bitcoin is absolutely just going crazy and outperforming gold. It's outperforming the S&P. So typically, you guys need to understand when it comes to returns. Let me get my face out there so you can see the beautiful face. You want to see the OG's face. So when it comes to Bitcoin and it becomes to returns as compared to S&P, as it is compared to gold and bonds, Bitcoin always outperforms. We can see that year to date, Bitcoin is already up 72.85%. We can see that the S&P is only up 21.57%, and we can see that bonds are down minus 5%, and gold is also down 2%, minus 2%. So what this is telling you is that Bitcoin is a huge hedge against inflation. It's a huge store of value, and is more fundamentally, I keep telling you in many videos, I keep telling you that Dogecoin cryptos are a good bet against inflation, and they will always outperform the S&P. 99% of the time, they're going to outperform the bond market, the gold market, and the S&P market. They just will do that. And the other thing is, that's why I always keep telling you that Bitcoin often paints a 200% increase every single year. Sure, it's an average. Some years you may have 300%, some years you may only have 70%. But overall, the average from the inception has been that Bitcoin will go up 200%. That's why some people are asking, well, can I dollar cost average? Can I dollar cost average Dogecoin? Can I dollar cost average Bitcoin even when the price is going up? Yes, because you need to zoom out and you need to know that Bitcoin is always going to go up 200%. Look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin, based on its current path, based on its current trajectory, is always going to go up. And you're going to see that with a lot of the top 10 altcoin projects as well, that they are fundamentally going to be going up. So you can even dollar cost average when the price in a short time frame is high. So would I buy Bitcoin at 50,000? Yes, I would. On a short time frame, maybe I buy this week a dollar cost average at 50, but then it goes to 55. So yeah, I have lost $5,000 if I bought one Bitcoin. But then on the long time frame, you need to think about this. Well, next year, if it's at 50 now, it's going to be at 100 at the end of the year. and then next year it could be 150 or 200. So from that perspective, you are bringing down the strike price on the long-term time scale. So keep that in mind. Dollar cost average is not about the short-term time scale of 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It's about the long-term time frame, and that can be 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or a lifetime. You know, fundamentally, I'm buying cryptocurrency not because I want to make wealth for myself. I'm buying crypto because it's for my 4-year-old. So hopefully when he's going to college, he doesn't have to work anymore and he doesn't have to worry about it. So that's why I'm buying crypto, because, you know, I'm okay. I'm, you know, well established. I have real estate. I've been in crypto a long time, and I'm not cash dependent. So I'm very much comfortable, and I'm doing the crypto, and I'm an ultimate hodler. I'm hodling it, and when I die, you know, God forbid it doesn't happen for a long time, I'm passing it to the sun. So that's my long-term strategy and vision. Sure, I take profits. Remember, when investing in crypto, you need to have diamond hands, you need to have hodl, and you need to know when to take profits. And trying to time the tops is really difficult, guys. Timing the tops is difficult. So what I do is when I double my investment, what I do is I tend to take around 30% off the table, guys. Hold it and use it for dollar cost average. So that's what I do, guys. So some other news that's happening right now, and you guys also have to keep in mind that the reason we talk about Bitcoin over and over again is because Dogecoin is fundamentally tied to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin makes a move, Doge makes a move. And that's just, like it or not, that's the reality in crypto space. And right now, we're also seeing that most of the altcoins also still are pretty much tied to Bitcoin. When the dominance gets lower and lower and lower, you're going to see that more decoupling. All right? So keep that in mind. So now, this is very interesting. You remember about 3-4 months ago, just when we had that crash, which is in May, right? May, June, July, August, September. So about 4 months ago. You have to remember that Bloomberg at that time, they were spreading FUD and saying Bitcoin is not going anywhere. And they were kind of like, you know, Debbie Downers when it comes to Bitcoin. But now look, Bloomberg senior analyst strategist calling for Bitcoin global reserve asset on the path to 100. So now even Bloomberg is saying, yeah, it's great. JP Morgan is saying, yeah, it's great. So you guys have to just, you know, print this in the gray matter, in the brain cells. And remember that people like JP Morgan, you know, Jamie Dimon, and all of these senior analysts at these large institutional banks, they spread FUD. And they spread FUD for one single purpose only, and that's because they want to shake the retail investors who have paper hands so they can buy your coins cheap. And that's what it is. So now you see the reversal. Now that the institutions and the whales have loaded up, they want that price to sky high, right? All right. So that's what they're going to do. And then when the institutions start to sell, just before they start to trigger a huge sell, you're going to see so much positive news about Bitcoin and Ethereum. And what's going to happen is the retail investors are going to FOMO in, drive the price up. And then what's going to happen is on OTC markets, you're going to start to see these large institutions start to sell behind the scenes. And then what's going to happen is once it goes to the top, you get this blow off top, then you're going to start to see the institutions start to FUD again to drive the price down so they can pick up more Bitcoin again and rinse and repeat the cycle. So guys, just beware that there is definitely manipulation going on, there is FUD that's going on, and there's a boom to bust cycle that's pretty much stimulated by large whales and institutions. And this year, fundamentally, we're seeing more and more institutions coming in. So you're going to see the level of FUDding out there is going to be much larger than we've ever seen before. So some other news that's coming out right now is you guys all know that September typically is a really bad month for crypto. September, in the last 8 years, only 2 months, twice in 8 years have we seen September do really well. So September is historically the worst performing month. That said, it has been verging on 50,000 over the past 3 weeks. We've broken past 50,000. Should Bitcoin stage a breakout above the psychological safe milestone, could renew investor and spark momentum need to carry to 60. So you guys and gals out there, we just need to be careful because typically September is bad. December is bad for cryptos, but you know, this could be 2021 could be an outlier. It could be something different. And if this momentum persists, we could see September, October, November, December as being really good months. So we just have to be cautious and remember that history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So we're seeing that overall September is typically a really, really bad month for Bitcoin and cryptos. But with that being said, so far so good, because we can see right now that Bitcoin is still at 50,500. So we're still staying above $50,000, and that's really good. This is a 4-hour time frame, in case you're wondering. So we're above our 200. So way above the 200. We're above the 20-day EMA, and we're above the 50-day moving averages as well. So we're looking pretty bullish right now for Bitcoin over the weekend. The volumes are pretty light right now. So if we can stay above that area, then we're looking pretty bullish. We hit 51,000 a couple of days ago. So, we really need to continue on this path. And the way I see it here is we have this bull flag. I still believe this is a bull flag, and this is set to break out. And I'm hoping that by midweek we can hit $55,000. It's still possible if the bulls can take control. I mean, worst case scenario, if the bulls cannot take control, then we have a chance of breaking down past 48,800, and we have major support around that. And remember, before Dogecoin breaks out, we need to have Bitcoin breaking out. So you can see that now, Dogecoin right now on the 1 day, we are printing pretty much a similar kind of pattern that Bitcoin is, because Bitcoin is now above 50,000. It's at 50,500. Dogecoin is printing a similar kind of pattern, and we're seeing to be able to maintain ourselves above 30 cents. So this is really good. So this 30-cent line here, which I'm now going to turn into support line, hopefully we can hold that support. It's really critical. But our next big area that we have to test right now is the 32, 33 cent level. Now I have drawn this green line, and this green line is the Dogecoin path to $1. So if we can continue to trade inside this trajectory, then we should be looking pretty fine. So keep in mind that we have a huge resistance level at 32, 33 cents. But I believe that we are soon going to break out past that. We see that we're breaking out of this descending triangle, which is very bullish pattern. And typically, if you want to see where the breakout is, you typically take the top of the triangle here, measure to the bottom, and then put that to the point of breakout, and we could see ourselves breaking out up to around 38 cents. That's if we can confirm this breakout. We've just broken out of the descending triangle gingerly. So, depending on where the confirmed breakout is on the axis. So if we break out here, then that will take us up to 33. The sooner we break out, so let's say we break out on the 8th and put us here, then that will take us up to 37 cents. So let's keep an eye on that. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to change that to a dotted, a dashed line, so then we can kind of see and gauge where we're going to break out to and see if we can hit that target. So overall, I'm feeling pretty confident, pretty bullish that there's a bullish pattern forming. We're just breaking out of that descending triangle, and that calls for us to break out up to, I would say a minimum of around about 36 cents. But it's very critical that we break past this pink box here. The pink box, so we need to get past that, guys. Right now, we're seeing that the fear and greed index is around 73. So we're at 72. It's gone up a little bit, and that's because we're seeing a little bit more positive momentum for Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. So overall, it's kind of like samey, right, guys? So let's take a look at Ethereum in the house. So Ethereum is doing pretty much the same kind of pattern we're seeing for Dogecoin and Bitcoin. And we see this big, I consider this a big bull flag here that's coming. And typically we're going to break out. We have this resistance here at 4,000, and right now we're trading at 3,897. We're either going to break to the upside here and move ourselves up. We go up to 4,300 area, or if we get rejected if we cannot blow past the $4,000 resistance level in the next couple of days, then we're probably going to get rejected all the way down to the 3,700 and then bounce up from there. So we just have to keep an eye on that. It depends on the momentum of Bitcoin. So for me, I believe if I look at this pattern, we have a 60% chance to break to the upside, or we have a 40% chance to break to the downside. So that's the way I would call it right now. And the other thing to keep in mind, if you look at the gas fees right now, the gas fees for Ethereum are super high. I mean, ERC20 transfer average is $26. A Uniswap is $81. Can you imagine? A lot of this is being fueled by the NFTs. So the NFT space is on fire right now. But here's the risk. And one of the reasons we're seeing the Ethereum price explode is because of the NFTs. Now, if the NFTs suddenly collapse, you're going to see that there's going to be a huge correction for Ethereum. So that's why I'm saying that if the NFTs collapse, we're going to see a huge correction to the downside. And we could see ourselves, breaking down to this area or continuing ourselves going down to this level here, which is around about the 3,500 level. So that's why the gas fees are extremely high right now. And it's really irritating. It's so irritating. The other thing that happened yesterday is that the first time in history since EIP 1559 was released that the total production of Ethereum was negative. So typically we print around about 13,800 Ethereum every day is released into the market. And yesterday the daily burn fees were actually higher than the amount of block rewards. So that's the first time that's happened. So that's really interesting. That's really cool being excuse me for arguing my thought. So that's really cool being. So that's a milestone. So if we take a look at the burn right now, we can see that the burn is over 200,000 and it's getting bigger and bigger. But the gas fees are a huge limiting factor for Ethereum. I'm not happy about the gas fees. Now Cardano on the 4-hour is painting a green candle, is trying to get itself back up to $3. But once again here, we have a kind of a descending triangle from this perspective going down here. And then we have a base. Let me get the base across here. And we're kind of going in this direction here. So that's my base here. So we're kind of inside this trend line, inside this triangle. So we really need to break up from that. Typically, this looks more like an ascending rather than descending, which is bearish. So just keep an eye on that. We could break down to this kind of level, which is, we could go down to 2.7, 2.5. So keep an eye on Cardano. We could be breaking down, but remember we have this smart contracts announcement coming. So hopefully that will get Cardano moving. So it's been kind of in profit taking mode since we hit the high here. We've, $3 seems to be a huge overhead resistance for Cardano. So just keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen out there. And Solana is still on fire. We hit a high of $150. There's some profit taken, but it looks like we're getting some momentum right now, and we're $143. So not too shabby right now. And Polkadot is also trying to come back a little bit. It's formed this descending triangle again, another descending triangle from here to here. You guys can see it. And then we have the base here. So overall, this is a bullish pattern here. And hopefully that we can break out of that at some time soon. So keep an eye on that. And then for Doge, we've already covered that. Doge is looking really bullish. I think we can break out of this descending triangle. All the data, the RSI is looking like we're definitely the MACD. The RSI is pointing to the fact that Dogecoin is going to have a huge breakout soon, guys. So I think that definitely we're going to be having a breakout this week, if all things being said. And my percentage is, I believe that you know, there's a 55 to 65% chance we're going to break the upside, and a 40% chance we're going to break to the downside. So just keep an eye on that for all you Dogecoin lovers. And we really need to see some really big news coming out on Dogecoin, because the amount of Dogecoin news has been really flat. We have this Doge X NFT. That's getting a lot of hype, so hopefully that will also bring more people in the space. But we have this Dogecoin 2.0, which I believe has taken a lot of newbies who bought into it thinking it was a pure Doge. So hopefully that the desist order from the foundation will actually work out, and that they'll be able to get them to change their name. It's going to be a large battle, guys. So here's just some support and resistance levels that you guys need to take a look at. So on the 4 hour, we're looking pretty bullish. You know, we have this. This is a 305 area, and this is a huge resistance level as well. So hopefully we can break past that, and then that will take us up to the next level. So let's keep an eye on that. So it's overall, Dogecoin is looking hugely bullish on the 4 hour and the 1 day chart. So guys, don't panic. Everything's looking pretty good. And this is kind of, you know, we're kind of forming this cup here. Maybe we can form a handle as well, and that will send us to the moon. So let's take a look at the market. Let me give that a minty refresh for you guys right now. Sorry, this is a long one, but we got lots to talk about, right? And this is, you know, we're rounding up the news, what's going on. So right now, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance right now is at 40.65. My volume is at 83.68. It's a little bit low, and that's because, you know, long weekend in America, Labor Day, guys. And our market cap is still over 2.32 billion. I'm hoping we can get that to 2.5, 2.6 by the middle of the week. That would be really good, guys. So hopefully you can get there. And right now, let me just give this a refreshy. So right now, Bitcoin is at 50,213. So it's good. We need to really stay above that. That is so important that we do that. And Ethereum is at 3,900, and that's down just slightly, as you can see here. ADA is still down again, almost 2%. It's at 287. So watch out that we don't drop ourselves down to like $2.50 soon. And BNB is having a hard time staying above $500. And if BNB cannot stay above $500, then we're looking at a huge rejection. We could see ourselves going down to 450. And Solana in the house is down right now at 2.5%. So this is just a matter of people taking some profit. It's cooling off. So hopefully it doesn't cool off too much and we get our next leg up. And Doge is up, guys. So that's pretty good. Doge is up at 2.35%, and that's at 30 cents. So Doge is actually outperforming Bitcoin in terms of that. And that's why I really believe that Dogecoin is getting ready to set itself up to explode very soon and take out the 32, 33 cent resistance level. So with that being said, guys, don't forget to follow me on my Twitter right now. Do it now, guys. We got 2,050. So help the OG out. Follow. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash the likes. Subscribe, do it now. Check out my Linky Winks. We got a whole bunch of links. Remember, that's not financial advice. Check out Zen Music Addict if you want to relax, find your soul, and chill with some relaxing music. You'll do it. Check out my NFT collection. Do that right now, guys. We got tons of NFTs. Guys, get the NFTs while they're hot, guys, because these prices are not coming down. And check out my merch. All the merch goes to charity. Become a member, guys. We got t-shirts, hoodies, backpacks and stuff. We got backpacks. We got the mug. So guys, do it. So I just want to say to everyone, God bless each and every one of you. I love you guys to death. I'll see you in the next one. Woo!